have been blessed with a message to share, and it has taken me some time to really feel okay with sharing it. There have been so many times that I've asked myself, like, who do I think I am? Why do I think that I have anything that is important for anybody else to hear? And I have been told repeatedly from my inner voice, I believe from God, that it's not my story. It was given to me to share with other people. My story is not my own, and that I need to share it. And so, with your permission, I would love to share my message with you. All of us have challenges. Every single human being has difficulty of some kind. It's part of why we're here. It's part of the human experience. And some people, and I say this with all the respect and love, and I love people, and I say this with so much respect in my heart. There are some challenges that are very visible to other people, whether it's a physical disability, whether it's some other kind of disorder, maybe a disease even. Sometimes, if somebody grows up in poverty or some kind of abuse or addiction that is seen on the outside, those people, I am blessed that I don't have any of that, and my heart goes out to people who struggle with such hard things. And part of what I have felt and what I was told is there are also people who suffer silently with challenges and with struggles that aren't as easy to be seen, and oftentimes those people feel alone. Sometimes it's because they feel ashamed to share it. Sometimes they feel like it's not as bad as what that person is experiencing. And then there's this thing that happens inside where, and I'm speaking this from experience because this was me. My life is good. I'm happy. I have a home. I have a family. And there is absolutely no reason why I should be struggling with this right now. And so it turns into an element of shame. It turns into a silent suffering. And I truly believe that there are so many people who fall into this category that struggle with some kind of, whether it's self-worth, whether it's extreme fear, or, there's such a plethora. There's even, sometimes it's even some kind of silent abuse that might be going on that they don't dare talk about, either because on the outside their life looks perfect and nobody's supposed to know anything different. Maybe they've been, threatened. I don't know, but there's all kinds of things. And sometimes that threatening voice comes from you, from inside, that negative voice that all of us have. We all have the negative voice. And you know what? Without having outside support, without being willing to share that pain, that fear, that whatever it is, it continues to beat us up, and it is with us constantly. We cannot escape it. We don't have somebody that we can go to for help because it's inside of us. We can't escape it. And so even just, I remember standing in a grocery line and looking at, and this might sound so petty. This is the story I told myself. This is so petty. Like, how can I really struggle with this? Why is this so hard for me when there's so many other things that I could worry about? And I really felt ashamed of the way I felt. But I'm standing in a line at a grocery store, and I'm looking at magazines, and I'm looking at my own body and my own image of how I felt. And I literally was being beat up with a really big club by this point inside of myself. And to the point where I really could have gone and lied in a corner in the fetal position and wanted to never get up. I was really at a point in my life a while ago where I wanted to disappear. I wanted to be invisible because I really felt that I mattered more to people if I could be invisible. I could help people more. I could be more influential. I'd actually have more influence. I'd have more power. I'd have the ability to love people without having to have this thing in my way. And it's real. And it can sound probably, well, inside of myself, it sounds like it can be so petty compared to that amazing woman who overcame this amazing challenge of, abuse and addiction and whatever. And now look at her, she's amazing. Or this person who was abandoned when they were a child, and, now look at them. They're amazing, and they have all the applause, all the support, and all of the wow, whoa, you're amazing, you're so strong. And here I am, I can't even escape my own self, right? Well, what I've come to realize, because I have been able to really quiet down that voice, and I have been able to change my life in drastic ways, because I learned that it was okay to talk about it, it was okay to share, and I found a support system that really helped me to feel okay, and to feel comfortable, and to feel confident, and to find my true voice and quiet the negative voice. She's not quiet all the time. She visits me every day, sometimes several times a day. I have learned, though, to turn her into a sign, or a way to know what my next step is for growth, and to be able to find more happiness. Because if she's going to tell me what I'm afraid of, or if she's going to tell me what's wrong about me, then that gives me my next step of how I prove that it's actually very right about me. And the reason I really feel passionate about this, and I know that I'm not the only one. I know there are people out there who are suffering and who aren't afraid, or who aren't willing to share their suffering because of all of the shame that they feel. Brene Brown says that shame grows in dark places. It grows in silence, like mold. Mold grows in a dark space, but when you put it out in the light, it can't survive. And it doesn't always have to, I thought I never felt shame. And then I realized that I was absolutely ashamed of so many things about me that I have now learned that are my power. They're the beautiful things about me. And I've really learned to fall in love with those things, or at least to use them to facilitate my happy, beautiful, powerful life. And I'm not stopping. And it has become my work. I honestly believe that my message is to reach out to more silent sufferers, to stop those people who suddenly, we hear that they've committed suicide because they're just experiencing so much pain and don't know how to reach out, And I'm not saying that it always leads to that, but it's a real thing. And there's tragedy that happens all the time because of this silent suffering. And so I'm on a mission. And all of the things that I share on social media, all of them are to speak out loud about the real things that go on inside of me, and what I've done and what I am doing currently, because I'm not done, to get out of that and to change the way to overcome the challenges, right? To be my own cheerleader. I don't need anybody else to cheer me on, but I tell you what, it feels really good when I do have that. And it feels amazing to have support. It feels amazing to have people that I can talk to. So one of the very first things that I did that gave me permission somehow to feel and to experience and to talk about the things that I was experiencing, and then to step out of them, was a retreat. I went to a retreat of just 25 really beautiful people and a really powerful, compassionate leader. And that changed my life. And I knew then, even though I was super afraid still, that I would be holding retreats. And I am now at that point where it's time. So I'm holding my very first Find Your Voice retreat in March, the end of March, March 21st through 23rd at Zion National Park. You can learn more about it at theyouconnection.com. And I invite you to join me in this mission to reach out to the silent sufferers and to stop the shame, stop the pain, and let's be powerful together. So I invite you to join me, whether it's in person, whether it's on social media, maybe it's the next one. But if you have room in March to come and spend a few days in a really gorgeous place and to really make some amazing connections and to learn something about yourself that you can fall madly in love with, I would really love to have you.